Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. You may notice I had the same shirt on. We got a situation here where we're going to do something we haven't done before. We're going to replay the show on Friday. There was a technical glitch. We had a storm coming in, all kinds of things going on. We related, and somehow we didn't have the show, the Veterans Day show, on Friday. And Jeff and I talked about it, and we're just going to replay what we did. I'm going to take these 2 minutes of the weather and just to explain to you what we did and all. But Veterans Day is so important, and I had a guest on, a veteran, Travis Fagg, and I just wanted to make sure we honor our veterans. So what we're going to do is just a quick little bit of a weather, and then we're going back to the to what we had on Friday, the Veterans Day show. This is very unusual for us to do it, but thanks to Jeff, he's able to get everything put together, and it's just rewarding to be able to do it. I think the world of our veterans. I know you did too, and these Veterans Day parades and everything, just special. So our area is blessed to it, and Travis had all kinds of stories and all. And we think about it, we have a situation here. Bay County, most communities have about 5% of the population as veterans. I did some research on it. Our area here, we have 16% of our population as veterans. So is that cool or what? So I just feel very important. And we out of 4,000 plus shows, we've never had, I think maybe 2 or 3 times we've done this in 4,000 plus shows where we had to rerun it like this. So we're going to take a break and going to come back with Friday's Veterans Day show. We'll be right back. Welcome back, and welcome to our guest this morning, our veteran, Air Force veteran, Travis Fagg. Good morning, Travis.
Hey, great to be here. Thanks for having me on the show, Winston.
Well, Travis you've seen him on the show before. We've talked to him a lot. He runs the Panhandle Outdoor Shop, but more importantly, he's a veteran of the United States Air Force, and I just wanted to have him on as a guest today. We're going to talk about a little bit of shop stuff, but first, let's talk about Veterans Day and what it means to you, and tell us a little bit about your background.
Okay, I think it's just been a great privilege to have served in the military, and helping protect the United States and its everything about it. So, I joined, spent 30 years in the Air Force, enjoyed almost every minute of it. Maybe not quite, but had its moments. But I've got a kind of a long tradition in my family, and I'll touch on some of those, of military service. Starting back with Corporal Joel Fagg, who served in the Revolutionary War under George Washington. So we did some research and checked it all out. But
wow.
Turns out that he was one of 5,400 people that crossed the Delaware with Washington during the famous crossing.
Wow, that's amazing.
Right. Then he was also in the Battle of Trenton, which was deemed as like the turning point of the war. And from then on, the Americans had the initiative and went on to, as we know, what happened there. Okay. Then I'll touch on my, so it's great privilege to have him to have served and just being part of our family. It's just great.
Right.
Then go on. My dad, he was in the Air Force. Well, actually, he was in the Army Air Corps before it was the Air Force, and he was in when it became the transition from the Army Air Corps to the Air Force. He was a B-29 engine mechanic, and he served in the 509th Bomb Wing, which was the same outfit that dropped the bomb on Hiroshima, Nagasaki during World War II. He was stationed at Roswell, New Mexico, and if most of you know about the UFO legend there at Roswell, and he was there during that time, and I asked him to tell me about it, and he said, didn't know anything about it. So So what, myth or legend, who knows really what the real truth is. But also, additionally, my brother-in-law served 20 years in the Air Force, and my brother also served 20 years in the Air Force.
We're going to put this picture up. You got a great picture of him. Tell us who, starting off right here.
Okay, that's me.
Oh, that's you.
And these are all basic training pictures. That's me. Then that's my dad, and then the other one is the picture is my brother.
And all at basic, huh?
Yeah, all in basic training. Everybody got a picture in basic training. So if you notice, the times have changed on how you could wear your hat. They were pretty specific. Back in my dad's day, he could cock it to the side and let some hair hang out, if they wanted to, So, but anyway, they were a little laxer on some things, but stricter on others.
What a great legacy going all the way back to the Revolutionary War, service for your country. And I know you moved around. I know you were stationed in all different places.
Yeah, I was started out my military career here and went to basic training in Lackland in Texas. Then went to tech school in Denver, Aurora. Then first duty station was here at Tyndall. Mm-hmm. Little quick story, I was got my orders and they said I'm going to Tyndall. So I said, okay, great, And then all of a sudden I started getting sponsor packages from Minot, South Dakota. And I thought, something's not right here, but I ignored those. So I get here to Tyndall, and they look it up and say, you're not supposed to be here, you're supposed to be in South Dakota.
Oh.
I know. And so my heart dropped because I just knew they were going to make me drive up to South Dakota, after having driven all the way from Colorado down here. And they said, well, since you're here, you can just go ahead and stay.
Oh, good.
So that was a big relief. Then, so I was stationed here quite a while. Then I had a big move to Eglin Air Force Base just down the road. Stayed there, met my lovely wife, Sandy. We got married, and a few months later, I took her to Okinawa, Japan. She'd never really, hardly been out of the state of Florida.
Wow.
But so that was a big change there. So Okinawa, came back to Colorado. Let's see, Colorado, went back to Tyndall, went to Germany.
Wow.
I made rank, and they said, okay, well, you made rank, so you're going to have to move. And I said, okay. What are my choices? Well, you can go to Korea or you can go to Germany. I said, well, okay, that's not much of a choice there. So,
Korea,
I went to Germany.
Okay.
It was Korea by myself or Germany with my family. So,
okay.
That was an easy decision.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Travis. Okay, welcome back. Here's our veteran, Travis Fagg, and telling some stories. So you got a couple more real quick. So
yeah, I have just kind of little funny stories. I was in basic training, and it was our being in the Air Force. We didn't shoot the guns a lot like the Marines and Army, but we did have to shoot and qualify the standards below. However, there were standards. But anyway, so we get up early. We have a live fire shoot. We get up, 4 o'clock, go to the chow hall, eat, and for whatever reason, we're running a little bit late. So they form us up, and it's always, when you form up, it's taller in the front and shorter people in the back. And I was towards the back third of the flight, and we started marching, and the TI said, "Oh, we're running behind. It's still dark out. It's been raining, so we're marching along." He said, "All right, double time." So we all start running, got some back, or a rucksack on and carrying our gun. And then all of a sudden, the guy in the front stepped in a pothole because he couldn't see it because it was dark, and he falls down. And then the rest of the flight just kept, fell down too. So it was kind of comical. TI yelling at us, trying to get us back in formation. We're late and stuff. So. But anyway,
I bet that was funny. And you were in there 30 years?
Yep.
30 years?
30 years.
And what made you decide to retire here?
Retire here? Well, I've been stationed here 3 times, and my wife was from Defuniak, and I just We just liked it, loved the area, loved the Panhandle, you know, the outdoors, you know, getting to fish. And
he's getting to do a lot of fishing too, and we've become friends over the years, and he's just been so much help on our Panhandle Outdoor shop. He used to keep the stuff there in the garage and does a great job. I really appreciate Travis and Sandy, and they mean a lot to us. Y'all just took a quick trip. You got some pictures. What a quick trip. Let's look at these pictures real quick. But I love this first one. Tell us where you went.
Okay, well, first off, we've been pretty busy traveling a lot. We went to England. My mom's English, and you know, got a whole side of the family over there, so we like to go over there and visit.
Okay, this says every which way, and then you see a bunch of kids and all. Tell us about this.
Okay, well, she was in London during World War II, and because of all the Blitz, you know, all the bombing going on, they evacuated all the children out of the city, you know, left the parents there to work, and they had families throughout the country to take them in and care for them for, you know, I think she was like three to 4 years.
Yeah.
She was separated from them. So this is a monument dedicated to that.
And the kids are holding hands, and again, that's just a great monument for that. And what a great tribute to that. Okay, so now where are you now?
Again, that's England. That's down. Actually, the place where that monument was is called the Arboretum. It's the equivalent of the, you know, in D.C. where you have all the war memorials. So that's just a little river alongside of.
They got that brown. Look at that Panhandle Outdoor shirt right there. I like that. Okay, over in England. Okay. This is you and Sandy, and where are you now?
We're at a cathedral, really magnificent cathedral. It's called in Lichfield, England. It was huge. It was
beautiful. All right.
Yeah, you may or may not recognize that. That's in London. There's Big Ben on the over my left shoulder there.
Wow, great.
And that's again in England. We took a ride on an old steam train, and it was really cool because the train, you know, a lot of times in the States they just go out and back to someplace, but this actually went throughout the countryside, and all the stations had people dressed up, volunteers in the 30s and 40s attire. So it was just
cool,
really authentic, you know.
Yeah, cool. All right, so this is the. Tell us about this.
Okay, this is in southwest England. This is a town called St. John's, and this is the bay. It's an old smuggling town. This is the bay, and twice a day, the tide goes out and comes in, and when it goes out, this is with the tide out.
And you can see where that car track where people drive out there on it. Okay,
yeah, they drive out, load up their boats with supplies.
It's out there, and then what happens when it comes in, this same picture?
This is about 3 hours later. You know, and it does this twice a day.
That is cool. That is cool. All right, and
recently we did a camping trip to the Smoky Mountains, and this is a picture of you know, it was beautiful, changing of the leaves. It was just really great.
That's beautiful up there. I talked to you. You were leaving town, headed that way. I know the weather was beautiful up there. Y'all hit the leaves just right, didn't you?
Oh, perfect. You know, you can take pictures and see it on TV, but you got to see it in person to really appreciate it.
All right. Okay. Now let's move on to another subject. Let's talk about the Panhandle Outdoor shop. I love that shirt. That's my favorite shirt. we only got a couple minutes left, but. So, like I say, Travis, you can go online and buy this stuff, but you know what's going on now? Okay,
well, we got a couple sales coming up. With the hoodies that we have online, the regular $45, we're dropping the price down to $35, and while supplies last. So, you know, jump on that if you need a hoodie. They're great for being out in the woods, hunting, you know, etc.
I love my hoodie, folks. I wear it all the time. I'm not trying to sell you one, but I'm going to buy some at that price and give them for Christmas. I have to buy them too. I mean,
yeah, nothing's free. No. Right. Okay, and our decals, we're dropping the price from $7 to $5 until the end of the year. Then mugs, we only have a few mugs left, and we're not going to buy any more. So, and they're only available for in-store pickup. I mean, I can mail them to you, but the cost goes up. They're $8 a piece if you pick them up in store, but if you mail them, if you wanted me to mail you one with mailing cost, it's probably like around $14 or so. So the mailing kills us on on the shop there.
But they can call you, and a lot of times you're around.
Yeah, just contact me. Phone number 850-348-0827. Call me anytime. Or if you have an order, you can go online at panhandleoutdoors.net and order through the shop there. So 2 ways to do it.
That's great, and I appreciate you doing all that. It's not like we're making money off this. This is more of a service than anything. We're trying to just we get requests, and we try to take care of it. And that's really why we're doing it. We appreciate y'all getting these things and all. Okay, now we're gonna do our drawing. This is Friday. We're gonna do our seafood, but you came up with a good idea. We're gonna what else we're gonna give away?
Well, we're gonna give away a T-shirt today. So. So, just contact me and you come pick up your shirt.
So we're going to
mail it to you.
Travis, I'm going to let you draw the names. But then the first one is going to be a winner of the $20 gift certificate to Tarpon Rock Seafood. So here.
All right, here we go. And we got David McGeechee.
Clarksville.
From Clarksville.
We got a good group of folks over in Clarksville to watch our show. We appreciate y'all. Okay.
All right. Next
this big red snapper.
Amy Buggs, Ponce de Leon.
Okay, we hitting the Panhandle now. The free Panhandle Outdoors shirt, and I guess they can tell you what size. So
right, just contact me and I'll get you what you need. Jason Lingenfelter, PC.
All right, 3 different locations here, and that's great. And Travis, we appreciate you coming on, buddy. I'll go ahead and y'all get a hold of Travis on the seafood. Y'all know, just go down and ask for whether they watch the show. Just tell them you won on Veterans Day. You were the winner. All right, we're gonna get ready for our famous Friday fishing forecast. But Travis, thank you so much for coming on the show. But more important, thank you for your service.
Okay, well, thank you. Thanks for having me. And again, it's just my honor to be able to serve.
Well, that's great. And we thank you, all the veterans out there. Thank you all so much. So let's take a break. We'll come back with our famous Friday fishing forecast. Welcome back, folks. We are so appreciative of all our veterans and appreciate Travis coming on. I tell you what, we're probably gonna get him to come on Monday because we had all kind of stuff to show you. So we'll get that later. Let's go and get our famous Friday fishing forecast going. It's fall, and keep in mind in November, the first couple of weeks of November, all the way up to Thanksgiving, October month, and then November, it's the same kind of situation going on. The mullet are moving. They're about to get on out of here. They're staging up. They're going out to pass now. I've talked to some folks. That red roe is healthy. I saw a few jumping this past week out by my house, which is North Bay, but a few of them, they're getting oriented to head on out. So it's the last couple of weeks on mullet. Also wrote down the redfish. If you remember last Friday, I talked about how the redfish are hitting real good, especially on the eastern end. It was 2 days later I started getting reports after the weekend was over from Carabel about a nice redfish. Scoop Jackson sent us some nice pictures off Cape San Blas of big bull reds. He caught the biggest red he's fished his whole life. He caught the biggest red he ever caught last Saturday. And it was just a great weekend for red fishing. So I want to keep that in mind. This storm, it's going to be stormy, and this weekend, it's one of these rod repair weekends. But it's going to get on out of here, and it's going to stir things up. And also in freshwater, it's going to start bringing all those bugs and everything we washed off, and the leaves be coming down. So there will be some food in the fresh water. So keep that in mind. Speckled trout. I was looking at some of my old shows last night. I found one from 2007 where I did an interview with my late friend, Captain Blair Morgan, and I just sat there and I got sad listening to him because I miss him. But it was this time of year, and we were talking, I was doing a phone interview about in Apalachicola Bay how the speckled trout were beginning to stage up around the oyster bars in November like this, and getting ready for that winter fishing that we always like to do. Bill Allen and Bill Shields and Greg and us, we love going down there to the staging area where to get around these oyster bars, getting some food and moving around. Also right now, the oyster bars, okay, bridge fishing. This is good weather to do bridge fishing. The drum bite's going to start getting really good this time of year. You're going to see all the bridges, the weather change, and the sheephead's going to. It's a little early for sheephead, but honestly, they're going to start catching some. They're going to start, they won't really start spawning until late January, but they're going to start, they're going to be around the bridge pilings and all. Choctawhatchee Bay has been really good. Now we're going to have a lot of water coming in Choctawhatchee Bay, so it's going to be muddy again, but again, the speckled trout and redfish were good over there. Let's see what else. On freshwater, I told you the ponds and the lakes is a great weekend. We've got some farm ponds to fish in. That's going to be some good fishing. The rain is going to get things stirred up. And it also, it oxygenates the water. It gets oxygen in there. Really, after rain, if it's not too heavy, you can get things moving around. So catfishing, catfish is going to be good because anytime the water's rising, those catfish will be going up in those sloughs and up in those feeder creeks. And really going to be, if they get a lot of heavy rain from yesterday and slacks off today, tomorrow will be a good day to go catfishing, especially on the upper end of the Apalachicola. Getting down to Carabel, it's going to be, we're getting a lot more rain down on the eastern end. So all that rain in Tate's Hell is going to start draining into the feeder creeks, and Carabel River is going to be swift. But it's going to be also some good fishing again behind Dog's Island. And we talked about Dog Island. Here it is right here. Just real quick. This is where they caught a lot of fish last week. I'm going to run out of time, but that area right there is good. So we wrap it up for the week. We've had some great guests on this week. I really enjoyed doing the show. Thank y'all for the viewership. We really appreciate y'all, and check out some of our Panhandle Outdoor shop and get some Christmas stuff out of it. You have a great weekend. Do something good for someone today, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.